Hi everybody, it's Amy Chalmers and Matthew Mead.
For our decorating channel, Decorating with Matthew and Amy, is that right?
Yes, and I'm so excited to tag along with Matthew today on one of his magazine photo shoots.
Right.
Because, well, Matthew, why don't you tell us?
Okay, today we're here with Sandra Kelly from Flax and Bloom. She's an amazing designer, and we're here photographing her house for an upcoming issue. And it's been so great to just be here, spend time with you, and kind of be immersed in like the peaceful, beautiful, calm interiors that you create.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, well, I'm very happy to be here because Sandy's style is, you know, what I would hope to achieve. And I think a lot of you people might like to know how she came about finding her own personal style. And maybe you never heard of Sandy and what her style is, but how would you describe your style?
I love Swedish. I love things that are very pale in color. I like the tranquility. I used to love very, very vibrant colors, and then I had children, and so they were in themselves very colorful.
Right.
And so I really wanted something that was very peaceful and calming.
Right.
And you know, a lot of times you have the temptation of liking many different things.
Right.
But over time, I was very disciplined about always choosing things that, even though they were all white, but just keeping to that,
Right.
being sort of true to that nature.
I can totally relate to what Sandy's saying, and maybe many of you can as well. I think Matthew's got it down where he's edits, but I am a fan of many styles. And coming to Sandy's house, let me tell you, we will have pictures in this video broadcast for you to see what she's talking about. But her home is gorgeous. I am blown away by your house.
Oh, thank you.
What I think is so nice about it too is that there's a lot of order here. Like, you have a lot of things, you have collections, but everything is kind of laid out in a very orderly fashion. It's styled beautifully, but it also, even though it has an air of sophistication, it still has such a wonderful kind of relaxed, like you want to be in the space.
Right.
Lots of linen, comfortable fabrics, just warm, wonderful. It's like a place where like everybody would want to spend their time.
Definitely. I think when you decorate a house, whether it's your room or I think you need to put a lot of thought into what you actually want from the room,
Right.
as opposed to it just being very pretty. The functionality, what are you gonna be taking from that room?
Right.
Is it just recreational? Is it just, you know, relaxation? And then having all those elements there.
Right.
Because if you don't have them, you're never gonna sort of use that room to the best of its ability. So, you know, I like my dining room, and so I have everything that I need in there. There's no excuses.
Right.
Everything is right there. And
Right.
So form meets function.
yes,
But
yes.
it seems way more form than function, but I see the function everywhere. I mean, she's got beautiful cabinetry, and then she has all her white ironstone and her different collections ready at her fingertips.
Right.
To entertain. Or
Right, and I was going to say that too. It's, you know, it's a house you could entertain. It's a house you could have a crowd. It's a house you could have a nice family here,
Right.
family gathering, and nothing seems too precious.
No.
But you've displayed things in a way that are featured, that are kind of showcased, so that very kind of simplistic things now have kind of risen to an art form.
yeah, elevated.
The other thing that I find, if you stick with a particular style, so initially I love the Danish, so a lot of my pieces are waxed, and as you grow, whether it's your family, when you have many pieces, you can sort of mix and match, and what you used in your dining room can now be moved to a playroom. There's a lot of versatility. So it's not like you're stuck with, this is my dining room set, and
Right.
this is all I can do with it.
Well, and I love that. That's kind of the concept that I'm trying to feature in some of the work that I'm doing now. Is I'm calling it restyling. So it's kind of beyond upcycling. It's more like you have these beautiful things, and like
Right.
you were saying, you can use them from room to room, and that they have second, third, fourth lives in other places.
Yes, and you can so mix and match.
Right.
Something you used in your bedroom can now go in your living room, and you don't have to go out and buy something new. It sort of keeps regenerating itself.
Right.
So if you ever wanted to see some of Sandy's things, maybe you might have been lucky enough to bump into her booths at Brimfield or Round Top, or where would somebody be able to see a piece of flax in bloom? Is it hit or miss? Or
It's sort of hit or miss right now, because I haven't sort of I established myself in one locale. Usually you can find me at Brimfield, but only in May. But you can see some of my work on Instagram when I post. So
Yeah.
I'm not great about social media, but if you have questions, you can always message me, or via Facebook or via Instagram.
I think it's kind of nice that you're a little unattainable. That makes your things even more special.
Aw.
And
I know, that's why I had to pry my way into this shoot. I never go along shoots, but I said we should video this shoot, Matthew.
And I think in a way, it's just it makes in a social media blitz.
Yes.
You're a little more special. You're actually living your life with your family in your home, and I think that's really precious.
It's
in
very
this day and age.
authentic.
Yes, right.
So her house does look like her booths, and it's very magical. It has an experience feeling when you come in. And her husband's darling. I mean, the whole family is. This is like just a breath of fresh air coming.
Right, and a real life breath of fresh air. So we thank Sandy for joining us
Well, wait
today.
a minute. Before we go, let's get a tip. I would like to know, what would can you give a couple of tips for decorating for somebody who might try to get that Swedish look? What would you say are some easy, attainable things to do?
I think, my number one goal is to find a single piece that you love. It doesn't matter price range. If it is very expensive, I would say save up for that piece, because that's going to be sort of the root or the center of your room, and then you can build. Sometimes to get the most magical things, it takes time. In a world that is unwilling to wait, sometimes it is better to wait and get something that you will keep forever.
And you'll treasure.
Absolutely. So I would say find something that you really, really love, save for it, and then you can build off of it. So that would be my tidbits.
She has a lot of magical pieces, and
She
Matthew's taking pictures of her whole house.
Right. She's got a lot of great ideas here, building on your thoughts just now of waiting and buying something that you really love, and wow, what a great place that you have for years and years to come. So thanks for having us.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Sandy.
Okay, till next time. Thank you.
See ya.